What's up, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, and today we're going to be checking out some dirt. Can't stop me now. Lucky Strike Paydirt. So don't go anywhere. We're going to check this out.
Shed in the back, old dreams in the dark. Dig Daddy's out there with a fire in his heart. Pay dirt on the table, sifting through the night. Glitter in his eyes, everything feels right. Hand in the water, fingers in the mud. Buckets full of promise, gold in the blood. Gear on the bench, tools of a trade. Hustling through the silence, riches to be made. Dig Daddy digging deep into the vein.
All right, welcome back. This is me. Here I am. And that's right. We got some Lucky Strike Paydirt here from Can't Stop Me Now. We'll leave a link down below for you. I picked up from there I believe this was a quarter gram bag. $49 is what it costs on the website. He's got a whole bunch of other offerings as well. Let's take a look at it. We can go over the description and see what it says about it, and you can figure out if 0.25 grams is what you want to get for your money. Can't Stop Me Now, Lucky Strike Paydirt. Lucky Strike Paydirt comes from gold-bearing ground around the Lucky Strike mine, part of the historic Carolina Gold Belt, where prospectors have pulled gold from the earth for generations. This dirt reflects the same natural material found throughout the region: black sands, heavies, and placer-bearing gold ground, shaped by time and water. To keep the experience consistent and honest, we add real placer gold to every bag, so the outcome is never left to chance. That's the Can't Stop Me Now guarantee. Real dirt, real gold, every time. All right, there you go. He's got a whole bunch of other offerings on the site, but again, today we're checking out the quarter gram bag for $50, $49. There was a little bit of shipping, but if you order something over 120, looks like you get free shipping. So get one of the bigger bags of dirt and it gets shipped to you for free. And like I say, he does have a few other offerings here, so you should check all that out. But again, today we're checking out the $49 quarter gram bag right here. Comes shipped to us in this nice custom bubble bag. Very cool. We'll slice that open. Inside, we got a bag of dirt. And there we are. I'll toss that to the side. Yep, quarter gram, that's what we got guaranteed to us. Nice little bag that it's shipped in. The packaging is really awesome. Yeah, very nice bags. They have definitely spent the money on good packaging for their product. I appreciate the heck out of that. That's cool as heck. On the back, they got a QR code so you can check them out on their YouTube. Other social links, everything and all of that there. So very cool. And then again, it has right on the front there 0.25 grams, so you know how much you're supposed to find. I like it. I like it. Now, the little bag here is heat sealed. It's a nice little chunk of dirt. I gotta say, I'm really impressed by the packaging. This is really nice. Oh, all right. And then we open it up. Inside the bag, we got another bag. And inside that bag, we've got another bag. And there we have our pay dirt. Some Sasansi sands. I'm not feeling any big rocks, so it's just a nice hunk. Well, maybe there is a couple of larger rocks in it, but I mean, this is all mostly sands. He says there's some heavies. So maybe we'll throw it through the 1/4-inch classifier just to make sure all the big stuff's out of there. But I think there's enough of it here that we can just run it. You know? Looks like it's going to be some sugary East Coast pay dirt. You've seen it, you've seen it. And there it is. So, let's get to the bench. Let's get it wet or sifted. Then we'll get it wet and then we'll run it down. So don't go anywhere. Okay. We're back here on the bench. We got our dirt. We'll take a quick look at it before we do anything with... Oh. That's what I was feeling. What is that? Oh, that's a stick. Alright, so there's some organic chunky chunks of stuff in there. Definitely want to classify all that out. let's take a little closer look at what we're going to be working with here. Light. And there you go. That's our pay dirt. Looks like some brown sugar. Hit it with the magnet real quick. Not a lot of magnetics, but once we get it classified, we'll hit it again, see what's really going on. Let's get it shaken up, split it out, and we'll be right back and run some dirt. Alright, we're back. I'm only going to classify it down to that. I just wanted to get the big chunky chunks out of the way that aren't going to go down the sluice. Everything else will flow just fine. So the only real thing I wanted to check out is, are there any magnetics in this material? Usually this kind of material is not going to have much. The East Coast stuff is what I call like sugary dirt because it's very quartz heavy, but not a lot of heavies, you know? There's not a lot of magnetic heavies in there. So this is pretty consistent. Just a couple little itty bitties. Again, it's all from quartz. You usually don't see a lot from that. River material though, whew, that shit carries it. Anyways, this is what we got. Little pan of dirt. I'm going to throw a little bit of water in here, fire up the sluice, and let's find our gold. Come on. Let's get it done. Alright, so before we do anything, as soon as I got this dirt wet, a crap ton of organics floated to the top. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit it with some creek drops. I don't want all this nastiness in my my catch bin here. So I'm going to shuffle off some of this lighter stuff. Get some of this milkshake out of here. Run it off over under the tap. And we will be right back. Milkshake there. Alright, we're back. I got this dirt all wetted up. Oh my god. There was a lot of mica in there, and it was shiny as heck. Can always tell mica because the water gets this weird little swirly sheen in it. It's just like, oh, this is going to be horrible. But I was able to get a lot of the organics and the silt and some of that mica. I was able to wash that off. So it should make it not too bad. But it is going to be something that's going to prove a little bit of a challenge as we go through the dirt. Either way, we got this. And as always, I'm going to speed things along, tune in some song, and we'll be right back. Let's get it on.
Got a sack of that red clay memory, straight from a ridge where the stories run deep. Carolina hills still stain my fingers. Every shovelful, every secret they keep. There's pay dirt from the old belt, black sand and a slow cold stream, way down where the heavy settle, chasing flecks of a backwoods dream. From a vein that my granddad followed, to the pan in my hands tonight.
Alright, let's see what we got. Turn this sluice off. Take a peek under the hood. Zoom out a little bit. Alright, zoom in a little bit. There you go. Definitely seeing some nice little chunks of gold there. Try to focus in. There we go. Definitely seeing some flakes in the gold zone. So we'll get this cleaned up and get that shiny. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Every shining spark where their footsteps led, pay dirt from the old bell, black sand and a slow cold stream, way down where the heavy settle, chasing flecks of a backwoods dream. From a vein that my granddad Lucky Strike Paydirt, feeling right.
There you go. There's your gold, baby. A lot of little chunky chunks and a lot of little fines that are wanting to float on the water now. So I'm going to have to be careful, make sure I don't let them float away before I can get them snuffered up. But not too shabby. I'm pretty sure we got what we're looking for. But we'll get it all snuffered up, dried up, and we'll weigh it out and find out. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. Had to swap out the scale because the battery on the other one is dead. But we got this one here, which is perfectly fine. And we got our gold. Now, let's check it out. Lucky Strike Paydirt from Can't Stop Me Now. And there you have it. 0.268 of a gram of gold. 268, write that down. Very nice, a little bit above what was expected. Oh, it looks like it settled out a little bit higher. Something. All right, 272. We'll lock it in right there. 272. That way I can actually read it. All right, cool. So I will take a couple pictures of this gold right here, and we'll be right back with my final words and, you know, ROI and all that stuff. All right. Welcome back. So, that was some pretty good stuff. Lucky Strike Paydirt, Can't Stop Me Now. We'll talk about the dirt and we'll talk about the gold. The dirt, like I was mentioning, was some traditional Carolina East Coast sugary dirt. Got that brown sugar look to it. A lot of quartz in there, not a lot of heavies, not a lot of magnetics. Overall, it's pretty easy to go through. The only downside on this one was there's some organics and it was very dusty, so there was a lot of silt, little twigs and little itty bitty floaty crappy things that I didn't want to run down my recirculating. You just got to wash it out. Wash the milkshake away. Make sure you're not, letting any gold float off. Keep everything down where it needs to be. Wash it off and go. Very easy. Pretty fun stuff to go through. Not a lot of big material in there, and a lot of the rock that was bigger, crush it down with the pliers so that you can actually maybe get some extra gold out of the stuff. But overall, really easy stuff to go through. The gold was all pretty uniform size. There was a few smaller itty bitty flakes in there that had to chase out a little bit, but for the most part, all the gold was the same size. There was one piece that was a little bit larger, a little bit more mass to it than the rest of them. But for the most part, they were all within a pretty short range of size, pretty much one mesh. So I'm glad that I did all the dirt at once and didn't classify down to all the little breakdowns and then just have only one of those piles of dirt have any gold in it. Good way to go through. But overall, the gold was great and was exactly what was supposed to be in there. Let's go ahead and check out the numbers, and we'll just go down the line. The bag cost $49. I found 0.272 of a gram of gold. That has a today value of $44.10. So that's given this pay dirt a ROI of 90%. And that is a solid ROI for pay dirt. It's a nice little drop in the bucket of dirt. You know, it's just a little handful. There was some good gold in there. I got more than what I was supposed to. And all is well. I'm really happy with this pay dirt. 90% is a solid ROI. So I definitely recommend go check them out. Can't Stop Me Now. LuckyStrikePaydirt.com. I'll put a link down below. You know, I say all that. But he also has some larger bags with more material or more gold in it. So if you want a little bit more than just a 1/4 gram, you want maybe a 1/2 gram, maybe 3/4. He has a lot of options for you. So that's what I'm getting at. So go check that out. A lot of fun. Nice little bag. Will definitely scratch the itch for the day and give you some nice gold you can put in your vials. So go check them out. Don't forget, check me out, backyardprospecting.com. Go check out the Prospectors shop. Get yourself some swag, some shirts, some hats, some pants, some socks. I got it all. Go check it out. Otherwise, don't forget to hit like, that thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, hit that too. That way you don't miss any of my future content. And don't forget to tune in Monday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, for some BSing in the shed. Otherwise, you know, that's all I got for you this week, folks. Have a good time out there. Be safe. And if I don't see you out at the rivers, I will catch you in the backyard. Peace.